An inappropriate touch or an off-color joke is, for many, nothing less than sexual harassment. But others, women among them, see it as merely unprofessional behavior. Gender experts refer to this divide in how the same behavior is interpreted differently as gendered perception. That women do not consider some acts, however despicable, as sexual harassment has its roots in the lack of awareness, according to Rusni Tajari, Senior Advocacy Officer at the Women's Aid Organization. This lack of seriousness on the part of society is one of the factors that has kept the incidence of sexual harassment at the workplace at a high level, expert in gender studies Dr Nor Azlili Hassan told theSun. A recent joint study by WAO and market research technology company Vase.ai revealed that overall, 62% of women have experienced one or more forms of sexual harassment at the workplace. These acts of harassment come in many forms. Of the 1,010 people interviewed in the survey, 39% said offensive and sexual jokes and innuendos have been made in their presence, 24% have experienced unwelcome touching or grabbing, and 22% have been subject to sexual gestures and inappropriate sexual moves or looks. In addition, 18% reported having been stalked and 16% have experienced verbal sexual abuse. Nor Azlili, who is an assistant professor at University Tunku Abdul Rahman, explained that men and women do not agree on what constitutes sexual harassment. She said men are more likely to perceive certain acts as normal to make the workplace more lively and interesting. On the other hand, these very same acts are clearly sexual in nature to women. Nor Azlili said previous studies have shown that women have a broader definition of sexual harassment but are less tolerant of the act. On the other hand, staring, flirting and the use of sexual connotations in speech are more ambiguous and therefore not necessarily deemed as harassment by others, she added. Nor Azlili said the difference in perception is also influenced by local cultures. Other factors that influence perceptions are socio-political and religious beliefs and personal values. Unlike Rusni, Nor Azlili said the view that a lack of understanding and awareness of what constitutes sexual harassment makes a person an easy target to perpetrators remains a hypothesis. She said sexual harassment continues to be perceived with ambiguity in Malaysian society. Rusni said there is a tendency for some people to dismiss a sexual harassment incident as just an unfortunate episode rather than acknowledging the gravity of the act. She said only legislation that clearly defines sexual harassment will provide an avenue for redress for victims. She said it will also send out a strong message to perpetrators who may otherwise still perceive such behavior as normal.